Hello. Welcome back to Inspiration Over Ignorance. My name is Shenika,
I'm Sarah.
Hello, guys. I'm George.
and today we have one of my favorite topics. Talking about relationships because I'm always trying to learn how to be a better person, how to interact with others, and be a good girlfriend in a relationship.
Awesome.
So
Good stuff.
today we're gonna talk about how can you be more comfortable, or how can you pretty much test how comfortable you are with your partner, which is something that I feel like everyone struggles with, right? Like even
Definitely.
romantic, platonic, whatever relationships, you want to make sure you're your true self, and that you're comfortable.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure
Um,
you're comfortable.
yeah.
Uh,
So you gonna start us out?
yeah. Let's start by, a topic that I want to touch on that is very touchy that I think that a lot of people can relate to is when you're with your mate, complimenting on other singles or nice looking people that you see out and about.
Yeah.
Or both opposite sides of the sex. I'm just
Yeah.
what does that cause the argument for the relationship? Is that just casual?
So
Is it disrespectful?
I'm with my guy and I'm like, man, he fine.
Right. Hold on. We can't go that extreme, but
So
can you casually compliment the opposite sex without being disrespectful or crossing the line?
what do you think?
I
What do you
just
think,
feel
sir?
like there's so much context. It's hard for me to answer that question
Okay.
because, do you compliment me at baseline? And this is a rare thing that you're complimenting now somebody
Good point.
else.
Good point.
Gotcha.
Good
Definitely
point.
can't do
I
that.
mean, and like Neek says, is it like a,
Like,
Yeah, we
oh,
is
definitely
it
can't do that.
my whole head has to turn? Is it, in
second
the
look.
middle of a serious conversation? I just feel like there's a time and place
Time and place for everything.
True.
for everything.
So it definitely can
At
be.
baseline, you should be able to.
You should be able to
And
without it being.
respectfully, right? If it's a respectful, oh man, she was pretty.
She was dope. Yeah.
Or you're at the checkout line and somebody's checking you out. You walk away. Oh yeah, she was nice looking. Yeah, I think that is
That's casual. That's
generally
cool.
you should be able
To do
to
that.
say hey, that was an attractive person, another attractive person.
I mean, in that scenario, would that be needed? We're at Publix, we're checking out, we're picking up our groceries. Is there a need to try and be like, oh, that bagger is really good looking, Sarah? I don't know. I just feel like you want to feel comfortable and say what comes to your mind, but I don't think you need to say everything that comes to mind, and that comes to self-control.
Right. But if it's harmless, I don't think it's an issue.
It's not going to be a deal breaker for me. I'm not going to, I know when to pick my battles.
Right.
But at the end of the day, for some people, it can be sensitive, and it's not a battle worth picking. So don't make it blurry.
Yeah, don't make it blurry. I mean, like you say, you should definitely be building your mate. You should, to have that comfortable space.
Yeah.
And obviously that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to hone in on this topic is that you got to build your space and make sure it's comfortable for the both of y'all. So when that stuff of that nature do happen, it's not a conflict or it's not somebody feeling less than.
For me, I've been in those situations where I think she's beautiful, so I brought it up because because in a way I'm like, hey, we're all thinking it, so I might as well be the first to say. That's just me, like how I take. I take things in that way, but I do know, like, I've had this conversation with my friends, and they're like, "Yeah, nah, I don't want you talking about no other girl." So I think as a man, from his point of view, I think you just need to know, who your mate is, how comfortable they are, and if you would like to get to that point with them, you should have some type of conversation. And like Sarah said, make sure you compliment me, like
you gotta be doing that at home.
You should be complimenting me.
Take it home first, man. So,
which I think sometimes that does go out the window. People tend to forget. I want to.
I
my clothes on. Tell me I look nice.
Right. You got to do that at home.
You ain't say I feel good today.
Yeah, you definitely should be doing that.
I mean, women have to be honest. Like, you're not the only person that your mate sees.
Right.
there's going to be attraction to people.
Correct.
I mean, but going back to context, so if we're like scouting models for our merch, by the way,
I'm like, yeah, it's her.
if we're scouting models, of course. Like, I'm going to go back and forth. Like, she had really beautiful eyes. Oh, her body was like the fit we're looking for. Right. And
but if I said
should be able to say like, we should be able to talk like that.
I can be able to say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. So yeah, and we had this conversation. I had this conversation with some friends of mine, and it was interesting because on some ends it was like, yeah, man, I don't think my old lady gonna like that. Like, that's not gonna fly. Like, and then on the other hand, it was just like, yeah, man, she might say it before I do.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, it was a balance. So I thought this would be definitely a good topic because I think a lot of people deal with this, even these small things like this.
Small.
But the bigger picture behind this is that how comfortable you feel in your relationship.
To have these weird conversations, because it can be weird for some people.
It can be a sticky area, but if we're both comfortable with each other and we're building each other, I don't feel like nothing from the outside. It should be minor.
True.
I don't think that should come between us. So
true.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, stay classy.
Stay classy. Hey, and we would love to know your input. Like, put the comments below. Like, do you think that's something that you're cool with, you're not cool with? Like, I think I would like to get a poll and see like who really feels comfortable with having that weird conversation, because it can be weird for some people.
Right. And to expand on that, the second layer behind that conversation is that what makes either side,
that a problem,
either party, like what makes that such an issue? Or not only just saying, okay, well, he don't compliment me like that, or she don't compliment me like that, so how she gonna? Not just that, but is it?
It's insecurities, of course.
Definitely insecurities.
It's that I word. It's the I word.
Definitely insecurities, but is it those insecurities caused by other things that happen? Well, let's talk about those outside other things that could be happening, like cheating.
Cheating.
Or like trauma in the past that happened, because I know I've been on the side of that. So I know from my standpoint, just it's a long road back.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is just be patient.
Yeah.
You definitely have to make sure you stand on your word, doing what you say you're gonna do.
Make sure you're in a positive space to be having those weird conversations. Don't be, you was just talking yesterday and you like, hey girl, she
bad. Like, hold on.
Be like, him or her, right?
Like, don't take what we saying today.
Right, you know what they said. In order for me to be comfortable, I gotta have
right. Yeah, don't use that.
It's a time and
place. You know, make sure you are in the right space.
Correct.
In your relationship.
You're doing what you're supposed to do, and it's all about self accountability. If you're doing what you're supposed to do,
should be free.
You definitely want to feel comfortable in your relationship. You want to be 100% honest. You want to be 100% free, because that's gonna make the relationship better. That's gonna make you want to build your mate, and them also in return build you. So,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, especially men or women, if this person that you're complimenting looks completely opposite of what you look like.
That's true. That can be.
Then that can bring out some insecurities.
That's true.
Whether, it's a BBW, or whether it's just someone the whole opposite race that like on the.
Right.
Yeah. Is that what they're into? Because I won't be able to transform into that.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Right. We had that earlier. We were talking about, if this, like, how is it every girl you see you want to say, or like how, because then at that point, I'm sure the women are like, okay, every time we go out, he's always talking about other women, like, or vice versa, women. Like every time we go out, she always talking about these buff guys, like.
Yeah. I'm not buff, so so what we doing here?
What are you saying? Are you saying something deeper on the line? You really want to?
Is that your indirect way of telling me?
Yes,
it's not working out.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's all about the headspace you're in.
Yeah,
so
true.
If you're not striving to be the best you, you're gonna have some insecurity. So in that moment, you have to be working on yourself.
And with it. Yeah, that's what it boils down to. You've been eating a lot of snacks and and your wife come in another man, you don't look like the guy you like she met. You like, okay, yeah.
Okay, I need to tighten up.
So what you trying to say? Like that's what you.
So this is what
it's
we're
a
into.
defensive, yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
Like, so we just got to work on ourselves.
Yeah.
Try to be the best person we can be.
Which I think a lot of relationships are like they mirror all of the things that you need to work on. Like any conflict you get into, like it mirrors when you feel a certain type of way. It's like, hey, why do I feel weird about this? It's most likely something you need to work on. So
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's something that I've been learning. Learn that a little too much, but
well, another topic. I want to speak on sharing your opinions. I think me and Sarah we're pretty good about that, sharing your opinion. Everybody should be able to speak. I mean, and put your opinion. I mean, even if it's going to be a disagreement, don't be in the space where it's like, I know if I say this, you know what I'm saying? This is how I feel about this. I strongly feel about this, because that's not being you.
Yeah.
I might, if I say this, then it's going to cause an argument.
Right.
That is a weird, I think it's a very weird place to be in. So I think you should be able to, in a healthy relationship, share your opinion, speak your mind, and say whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And then not be afraid of judgment. I think that's
the biggest thing. I think, the judgment part, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
What you think about it, babe? You good?
Well, I think that, if you don't feel comfortable saying how you feel, going back to there's a way to say everything.
True.
You have to. It is a lot about delivery. Then, I couldn't be in a relationship like that, because I need to be with someone a little bit tough, because I kind of don't. I kind of just say it how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Cut and dry.
And I need you to
have tough skin.
You kind of have to have tough skin.
Yeah.
Gonna have to.
I don't want. You're not my punching bag, but
but you can't be hating somebody at every
I don't
turn.
have extra time to be like Mickey Mouse. Okay, if I say it like
right, I
don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like you can't be an adult almost. Like you can't just say what's on your mind.
Gotta box it up, because they may take it the wrong way.
Correct. And a lot of people like
that's
that.
men and women. That's true.
It's just
I have friends I have to be like, well, let me make sure I say it, because she might take it. Yeah. But that's about knowing, people that you're, around, and
aware of the people you're around.
But in your relationship, I think you should be able to
just voice your
cut raw. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it should be out of love, anyways. Yeah, no matter what it is, like it should be.
You should know I'm not malicious with
right.
intent. Like you should know, like, oh, okay, it's still even if he's saying it like this, he's definitely gonna circle back and say, oh, how this is how I was trying to
right
to make sure we, circle back and make sure it's all healthy and we on the same page.
Yeah.
I think that communication is everything.
Guys. It is.
So sometimes I feel like when you're torn between like two people that you love in your life that may have, different opinions, and you're in the middle, that you will say what that person wants to hear, turn around and say what that person wants to hear, point in blank George's mom and family, and me. He might tell me one thing, tell them the other thing, just to keep both families happy. Both sides happy.
We get deep.
Get deep, right?
This is
wrong.
On the fly. Yeah, it's wrong. We practice this part.
This ain't we going in, right? Okay, that's what I'm doing, right?
Take the lights jack off.
Why? Why do that? Is that keeping it real?
Maybe that's something I got to work on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's something I need to work on. Sometimes put it like this: it's not to kind of shun anybody. Either way, it's just saying, okay, I'm agreeing to this, and then I probably didn't say it the way I should have said it to the other party.
Yeah.
I should have probably explained, okay, well, I've already told them this.
Yeah.
So now we can do this, or we can do this, because if I already, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I probably need to work on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just part of my personality, trying to make sure everybody's happy, make sure everybody's in a good space. And that's probably not good all the time.
I mean, is that you being true to yourself?
Exactly.
That is you being true to yourself. To try to make people
you know me. At my core, everybody know me. Make sure everybody's calm. Make sure everybody's happy. It's not malicious. It's not me trying to shun a party so I can just make them happy, the other party happy. That's just not. what I'm made
you're
of.
not. But you have everyone's best interests. But when you're not meeting expectations with honesty, some people perceive it as you're not being truthful with me.
Correct. I totally get that.
Then you have to be able to have tough conversations with either side. Like, Sarah, I'm doing this. Mom, I'm doing this.
True. And I you know what? And I over the years, I've gotten better with it, and I'm still working on it. That's one of the flaws that I'm working on.
Love you, Mama Hughes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom, because you already know I gotta say yes to Mom all the time. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, that's
you know what I'm saying. I know Sarah is number one. I gotta make sure that I do right on both sides.
Sure, that is an adjustment.
It's an adjustment. It's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
Especially trying to make everybody happy. I get it.
Right.
That's something I got to work on then.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to work. It's 2023. It's all about growth.
What our brother Bill said, a new me in 2023.
I like that.
I am moving towards the new me in 2023.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving along. Well, this other topic, it kind of stems from that. Use more I statements. Cause so when you use more I statements, you're not chastising your mate.
Yeah.
I feel like you put me in this situation. Kind of like what you just said. I feel like you put me in this situation when you do this.
Right.
I feel less than when you say this or when you do this.
Yeah.
That way you're not pointing the finger, always looking at the other person, down in the other person. So I think that's also really good
communication. Yeah, for sure.
What you think? You like that, huh?
I mean, they definitely teach that.
But a lot of people don't know. Yeah, it's a good, right. Building relationships.
Yeah, that's an easy thing you can catch yourself doing.
Yeah.
And flip it around. I think it works.
Yeah. Instead of you remember last time you didn't do this, it's like, hey, I feel this way because you didn't do this, so it does make people like, okay, well, I get how you feel versus the other way around. It's like all I heard was you.
That's exactly what people hear.
So it's me, but I know it ain't me.
Yeah, so this whole thing is all
the house blown up because it's me.
It's all me, right?
You didn't do nothing.
And that's how people hear it. That's how they take the whole argument.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it don't even be like that.
Right.
It's just
follow it up with a you. So what you're telling me is that you read it back to them.
That's true.
De-escalate it.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay. Were there a few arguments? So this is kind of like when you try to avoid arguments and I guess if you avoid it, I guess some people view it like this. If I avoid this argument and just go silent and go off into my room, we're good. Then I'll circle back later.
That's just
a lot of people look at stuff like that.
Building blocks to a bomb. It's like, hey, I go with, okay, that's just putting the C4 on there. That's putting whatever goes into a bomb. You're adding more and more for it to blow up.
Week after week, you building a bomb.
Yeah,
it's gonna blow in your face.
It's gonna blow real big. Like, that's definitely.
And so anything, I feel like anything that you're trying to, when it's a conflict, whether it's an argument, or it's maybe it's just, just a simple conversation. If you're thinking, oh, let's just separate and I go my way, you go your way for a little while, then we'll come back and revisit this later. I don't think that's good. I think you should try to fast as possible. Okay, if you need an hour and then it's kind of a steamy situation, cool. Get your hour. We'll circle back. Let's
go through it.
Yeah, fast. I think a lot of long-term relationships, what I've been told is the faster you can rectify the argument or whatever the disagreement and never go to sleep on the argument. That's what it was. But yeah, if you can rectify that fast as you can.
And again, I think those things just help you become more comfortable with the person. Like, you get to understand really how they think, how they feel about things when you actually sit there in the argument. Not like the full on blown.
Yeah,
because that is not productive.
That's definitely not productive.
But something that everyone's actually communicating, voicing their opinions, why things went south. Sometimes it's, a misunderstanding, or it really was you thought something and I thought something else, and it wasn't. It was totally right. It wasn't that deep. But yeah, for sure, I definitely think that's huge. Friendships and definitely relationships. Like, you have to go through the argument together.
You got it right.
Something I struggle with.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
I'm the one.
So it's
George likes to ask me how much time do I have.
That's my new thing.
How much
time do I have? That's my phrase.
Oh, in the argument?
When we get an argument, I know what she's about to do
hilarious.
because I already know her next move. So I say, how much time do I
But
got
you know
left?
what? That's good because doesn't it probably de-escalated?
So
It
what I'm
like
doing
makes
is
you laugh.
I'm smiling and I'm lightening the mood.
Lightening the mood.
So it's dissolving everything, but she's still mad.
I'm just not gonna give it to him that easy.
So what I'm doing is kind of like teetering on like, okay, well, you're gonna have to talk to me. Because I'm gonna keep badgering like, hey, so we good? Can we talk? At some point, you're just gonna come around and say how you feel.
I like that.
I know myself. I'm not. If I have it in my heart still,
Yeah.
I have a drop of anger in my heart, then I guess you have more time.
Yeah. So you know what? It's at its threshold, but you know it's still there. You got a little more time. That's hilarious. But that's good. I feel like that's a good tip.
Yeah, definitely good tip.
Yeah.
Okay, practice honesty, and this circles back to the situation where this probably was early on in the relationship or at the beginning, whatever. There was infidelity and you are cheating, and you're trying to. We talked about that long road back. Mm-hmm. You definitely got to practice honesty, and you have to definitely have empathy for the other person.
Yeah.
Understand they're gonna need more time than what you feel they need, because I think that's a big issue, because you feel like, oh man, it's been this long, you still
it was 2 weeks ago. So you gotta tell me.
You ain't even got over there yet. Yeah, I think a lot of times guys fine. I think
that was yesterday. Are you serious?
But you have to be patient.
Yeah. I mean, beyond the infidelity part, I just think just in general, like, I should be able to be 100% honest with my wants, my needs, and everything in a relationship. Like, I shouldn't be where I feel like, oh, I can't really say this because they're gonna. If I think, hey, you shouldn't wear that shirt, I should be able to say, yeah, dang, that's not your color. You know,
that's not working for you.
And instead of you getting, aggravated or, so that's very simple, but. I think that goes to just true honesty especially with your partner.
Definitely, guys. There's no reason for you to be at home and then be one person, and then when you get out, you wild. What we doing?
Yeah, nah. I need you to have that same energy at home.
Keep that same.
You might not be at the same level,
but keep that same energy, man. Yeah. And then that I think a lot of people don't. You're amazed to see how many people.
That's disappointing.
Some relationships are two people.
That's disappointing.
They are two people.
I like to see consistency in personalities and people. Like when you find people that are like a completely different person at work.
That's scary.
Than they are like when you hang out with them and you're like, whoa.
I get
a little scared.
That's scary. That's true, because who else are you pretending to be?
Right.
Like, you should be work. Have work etiquette, right? Like you can't be, but a totally different person. Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
I've been just laid down shocked before, and then I go back to work and I'm like,
is this the same, bro?
Oh my god, am I safe?
Right.
I mean,
and so now it's awkward.
So be consistent. Try to be consistent. Yeah. I know if you're, live a crazy life outside of work.
Yeah.
And above everything, just be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself.
That's who you are. Don't try to be somebody else around people to make them like you.
Know yourself first.
First of all, know who you are.
Then
if you're a positive person, hey, be that.
Yeah, be that. Yeah.
I ain't saying that's healthy, but be that.
Yeah.
But if you a positive person, be positive, and don't try to get around a lot of person negative with conflict and then try to be like them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work out.
It's me the whole time. I'm just as positive Patty as I can be around negative people. Hey, because you're just gonna know that's just
what I'm gonna do.
I'm always don't think about it that way. Like no, because I'm just not going to. Yeah, I can't. Like, I have to live in my truth.
At some point, that positivity will bleed off, and it'll rub off on them.
Yeah.
And I used to think it didn't, but you know what? It does, though.
Still people, you're gonna be the positive person in the situation. Somebody has to be the light. Somebody cannot always just this place gonna blow up. Somebody got to be the light.
Was it Kevin Hart that was like, I can't be too happy or too excited because my wife will think something's going on.
Yeah,
sometimes you just gotta be.
Yes.
Sometimes you just gotta
Yeah, you was talking
Like,
about everybody was laughing in the background on the phone. His wife called like, "Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet." But that is real though.
That's not us.
That's real.
That's unfortunate.
Some women like that. So
yeah, I want to see my partner as happy as they can be all the time, with me, without me. Like you should be.
If I call and I hear number commotion in the background, everybody laughing, I'm like, man, hey, can I? Because I would love to
Can
know.
I be
It sound like y'all having a good time.
Yeah. What you doing? I just want to come. I want to laugh.
Exactly. Jeez.
I can't say, hey, you just go ahead and have a good time, and I'm gonna hang out too.
Yeah, tell me about it when you get here.
But have that same energy though.
Yeah, when you come here, don't be tired. Now, I need you to keep that same
energy. Gonna be laughing here too. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, another one here says set up relationship check-ins. This is very important too.
That is a good, that's a good segment out.
With all the hustle and bustle and stuff that you got going on in life, I like we got some. I like to call every now and then. I call them family meetings.
That's good.
And we sit down and we have to address issues. I don't know. Whatever's going on throughout the household that we need to get done or serious stuff. We visit that. So I think that's good for partners.
You guys put the kids in with that? I think that's cool. Because the kids may have concerns because they have their own thoughts.
They got their own
life. Like, I think that you should. Yeah. Right. So I'm sure
they feel like they can chime in on everything.
They do. I love it though.
It's like little grown ups.
Yeah. Yes. Like we all roommates. No, we're actually not.
Right. It's so funny though.
It is.
It's good to teach them like debate skills at a young age because
rebuttals.
Yeah, for them to be able to look at a situation and analyze. Okay, she's making this point and he's making that point, and I see both sides, but I'm going to introduce a third point. So
I love it.
Yeah, my son has gotten great at that.
So, do you know if they do that at school?
I'm hoping it translates.
So I know I know we got to go, but one of my cousins put her son in a private school, and she realized from the private school and the public school actually made sure they all had a voice. Like they had classes where they had to have an opinion, or anytime there was something going on, they actually called on the kids to have a different opinion, which cool. It builds that
confidence. Yeah.
Hey, I do have a voice in this world. What I think matters. Whereas I feel like when I went to school, it was like the teacher put it on the board. That's the Bible. Like that's solid. You don't have no opinions.
Yeah, don't speak on nothing.
Don't speak on nothing. This is it. Just remember what I said.
Right. I'm gonna put you in the hallway.
Right. So I do think. I guess you probably still need to do that at home because I don't think they're getting that in, especially public schools.
Yeah, definitely good for the kids.
Yeah, you gotta have a voice
to be able to have some kind of
to build up to when you get in a relationship, to be comfortable in a relationship where you can have your voice.
You need a voice.
If you ain't got no voice, man, who are you?
Right.
Because you just lost yourself at that point. So.
Wow.
Yeah, guys. Well, it's been nice, guys.
It has been. It's been
a good.
Hope you enjoyed the topic.
Inspiration over ignorance.
Inspiration over ignorance.
Every Thursday.
Shout out to I get your merch, man.
Get your podcast.
Yeah. I'm Shenika.
I'm Sara.
I'm George.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.